And good evening, good evening, good evening. Hi to everyone. Oh, let me just adjust my light. Welcome to everyone. Please go ahead in the chat box. Let me know where are you dialing in from, and also what industry are you in. Welcome to everyone. Still quite a few people coming through. Just making sure everyone's out of the waiting room. Let me know where are you dialing in from. Fantastic, from Soweto. Hello. And if I can ask at the same time, please just confirm you can hear me clearly and see my slides. That's okay, Casey. Shame, sorry about that, and I hope you feel better really soon. All right, so if you can put on your camera, please do. It's always lovely speaking to faces. I recognize some names here as well. Hello, hello. Rosa Centurion, property practitioner. Hello. And Eve dialing in from Durban. Hi, hello. From Cassie from Cape Town. Fabulous. So give it another minute or two. I would love to hear. Hi, Andrew from Cape Town. It was a beautiful blue sunny skies today. Thank you, Fazia. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But thank you so much. Please go ahead in the chat box. Also, let me know what industry are you in, where you're dialing from, and what industry are you in. All right, Henrietta, Franchuk Gallery Assistant and a motivational speaker. Welcome. Positive life coach and energy alchemist. Oh, I love that sound. Daniel from Midrand, property practitioner. Hello. Hi, Warren. Yay, yay. Thank you for coming, Warren. All right. So welcome to everyone. So lovely having you here. So you could definitely hear and see me because you all confirmed that and answered those questions. And I want to just welcome you to our Speak with Impact. And this is for you if you're an entrepreneur, if you're in sales, or for real estate professionals. So welcome to everyone. Again, a journalist who's a newbie property practitioner. That's fun. So welcome to everyone. I see lots of people still coming through. Tertia, hello. Professional property practitioner. Real estate, thank you. I'm in sales, food and beverage, chemical sector. Thank you very much. Are you with, is it CJ? God Zane, property practitioner, Spectrum. Hello. Hi, Tertia. Lovely to have you here. So welcome to see you all. Fabulous having you here with me today. And this is our masterclass, how to do a 60-second elevator pitch. And I want to welcome you. My name is Nikki Abraham, and I'm going to be hosting our call this evening. So again, if you can keep your cameras on, it's always lovely to see faces. I see Tertia's looking absolutely beautiful today, but lovely to see you all, and keep your fingers on the keyboard as well. I also would like to share that this is a very interactive masterclass. So keep those fingers on the keyboard. Please feel free to answer the questions. And for the next 75 minutes, give yourself this gift of time. I am going to share some valuable information with you. I will also, at the end of today's session, share a gift with you as long as you stay till the very end. So do you know, even if you give me 100%, you're only going to hear 40% of what I say. So close those email browsers, close those Candy Crush or games on your phone, and give yourself this gift of time. And welcome to everyone. So I see we've got lots of different industries in the room today, but let me ask you, how many of you need to do those dreaded cold calls, where as soon as you look at that phone, and you know you need to pick it up, your hands start to tremor, your anxiety starts spiking, and you get all nervous. And just before you pick up that phone, you pray the person on the other side is going to be kind and gentle and want to work with you, and not slam the phone down and shatter your confidence. How many of you feel the same? Sometimes it's not even the cold call. It's about going to a networking function and watching the people in front of you stand up and introduce yourself, only waiting for your turn. Again, anxiety spiking. Well, one of the things I say before a phone call, a networking function or going to an event where there's lots of people that you don't know, I say put your feet solid on the ground, hands on your hips, shoulders back, chest out, just the way Wonder Woman does, and fake it until you become it. And then know that when you're picking up the phone or attending a networking function, you can do that with your expert power and confidence. Because I know for myself, if I don't do the Wonder Woman pose, I often feel like I have plums in my mouth and nothing comes out impressively. How many of you can relate to exactly that? Cassie says her tummy tightens. Yep, me, my signal is bad. All right, so how many of us can relate to exactly that same feeling? Well, my name's Nikki Abraham, and for 29 years, I spent it in hospitality, both locally and in the Caribbean for 10 years, as well as working on boats. When I returned back to South Africa in 2004, I joined the Woolworths coffee shops, and I spent 14 years working with Woolworths, starting as a coffee shop manager and growing into the national customer service head. I also oversaw leadership training as well as recruitment. But during my 14 years working at Woolworths and in my previous experience in other restaurants, I never once had to do the cold call or networking functions because customers just came to us. So I never had to learn the art of networking or that elevator pitch. But after 29 years in hospitality, this quote became quite prominent in my life. The 3 C's of life: choices, chances, and changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. And after 29 years in hospitality, recognizing that I couldn't do that for another 29 years, that's when I decided to follow my second dream and join the real estate sector. I started in 2019 as a team leader, focusing on training and recruitment for Keller Williams. But this is when I really started to learn the art of networking and also doing those cold calls. But every time I needed to phone a new person, somebody that I'd never met, my hands used to start tremoring, my anxiety used to start spiking. And somebody that I worked with said, visualize the person you're going to meet that you've never met before as a potential friend, somebody that you're just going to have a conversation with, and come from a place of value and contribution and not desperation. So they will feel your excitement and not your nervous desperation. And she explained this to me almost like a butterfly in your garden. Think about when there's a butterfly in the garden and somebody chases the butterfly. What does the butterfly do? It flies away. But if you go into the garden and you just come from contribution, sitting still, sitting relaxed, eventually that butterfly will come and land on you. And that is the way I decided to start focusing on every cold call, every networking event of how can I come from contribution and not desperation. How many of you have heard the phrase, your network is your net worth? And the second thing that I often used to hear is your net worth will be an outcome of how many people you have in your network. Now, I remember when I left my hospitality days, I had about 400 numbers on my phone, and most of them were probably my team members. But when I went into the real estate sector and I needed to start growing my network, I utilized the simplified tools that I'm going to share with you today that helped me grow my network from 400 to almost 18,000 in the last 6 years. So every time I need to pick up that phone or step into the networking function, I just stop. Take a couple of minutes, be it behind the scenes, behind a closed door, or in a bathroom cubicle. I'll stand with my feet solid on the ground, hands on my hips, chest back, take a deep breath and fake it until I become it. Most importantly, coming from contribution. So this is for you this evening. If you too would like to learn a simplified skill that could grow your network and your net worth. This is also for you if you would like to be more comfortable speaking to a client one-to-one or one-to-many. This is also for you if you want to improve how you speak on camera, be it for reels and marketing, or meeting your clients and having online sessions or meetings on MS Teams or on Zoom. And this is also for you if you want to improve your negotiation skills like a ninja. And this is also for you if you would like to speak with impactful confidence to win the clients and close the deal. So let me know in the chat box which one or how many of those resonate with you. A, you'd love to learn to grow your network and your net worth. B, be comfortable speaking one-to-one or one-to-many. C, improve your online presence through reels or marketing or even social media platforms. D, learn how to improve on your negotiation skills. Or E, win those clients and close those deals. Let me know in the chat box which ones resonate the most for you. All right, got B and a E, all of them, A, C, D, and E. Thank you. We got C, online, all of them, all of the above, A, C, D, E. Almost felt like A, C, D, C. B and D, all of them. Thank you, Tisha. So when we're looking at these, if you could learn these simplified tools to help you overcome this and remove those plums in your mouth, would it be worth it? My goal for everyone that I work with is to help them speak clearly and concisely with impact, and more importantly, focus on coming from contribution and value and removing those plums in your mouth. Because it's not your fault if you feel a little bit nervous about speaking in public. It's something that was embedded in us as kids. When we used to have to go stand in the front of the classroom and do those orals, so many people felt the pressure at a young age that now makes most of us nervous to speak in public. It's also not your fault that you haven't learned communication around negotiation to close those deals. And it's not your fault that you haven't learned simplified tools of how to grow your network and then your net worth. I only learned this in 2019. And it's not your fault that you may be scared speaking one-to-one or one-to-many. And even though there's some motivational speakers in the room, fabulous, you can just do a little video for a group of 5 people that could go viral. So I'd love to say to you, this is going to end in the next 60 minutes. I'm going to wave my magic wand, share a simplified tool with you that's going to help you learn how to speak clearly, concisely, with impact. Because I get this. I shared with you after 29 years in hospitality, never ever having to look to grow my network. But then when I moved to real estate sector, that's exactly what I needed to start doing. And I was only there for 16 months. 2 days before the president put the country in lockdown, our entire leadership team got retrenched. And I'm somebody that loves to say yes to a challenge, turn it into an opportunity. And immediately I launched my own business, the Winning Attitude Skills Training. Now, with my 14 years experience of training in the Woolworths coffee shops, from customer service to leadership to recruitment and mindset, and then what I learned at Keller Williams, that's what I put together as a combination. But now it was even more imperative than ever that I continued working on growing my network so I could keep my business going and increase my net worth. So be it that you just want to learn a simplified tool to be more comfortable speaking one-to-one, or perhaps one-to-many, or maybe you have the confidence in speaking. But sometimes you feel like you are a washing machine on a spin cycle, spitting words out left, right, and center, and nothing is making sense. Now, I can relate with this. I was a professional winger. I could wing any opportunity. Put me on stage, I would wing it. Tell me to do an interview, I could wing it. But what I've learned in the world of speaking is nothing should ever, I want to say be wung, but that's not a word. We should not be winging anything. And if it means just slowing down, taking a deep breath, and getting the confidence to speak one-to-one or one-to-many, this is for you. So the 3 C's of life. Thank you for making the choice in being here, taking a chance on me. And I'm hoping the tool you're going to learn today will make your life change. So as a gift to everyone that is here, I see there's 26 people in the room this evening out of 84 people that registered. So well done to you with your growth mindset and for showing up. But I will be sending you a thank you email at the end of this evening session with a short 1-pager of what the simplified tool that I'm going to share with you this evening. So please, if I can ask you in the chat box, just go ahead, drop your email address, and that way I can send you that I can send you that 1 page at the end of this evening session. It just helped me so much quicker, work smarter, not harder, and I can tag you and shoot off that email. If you're uncomfortable putting it in the group, please do feel free to send it to me privately. Thank you very much. Lots of emails coming through, so I'm really looking forward to seeing those 27 emails come through. So again, if you want to speak one-to-one or one-to-many, well, as I said, a professional winger. When I started my own business, somebody on Facebook said whose life had pivoted due to COVID. And I said, well, mine had, because, I started my own business, but I've been a trainer. And he said, that's really interesting. Are you a keynote speaker? So I Googled keynote speaking. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And then I got 2 bookings. And I thought, maybe I shouldn't be winging this. Maybe I should learn how. I then signed up for 2 public speaking courses, one locally, one internationally, before becoming a co-coach on the local program for 2 years, and then a Cape Town TEDx speaker coach. And after a couple of years, I decided I'm going to launch my own speaking course. And so many people have come through the Winning Attitude Now who have crafted their own 7-minute signature talk without using notes. They're comfortable standing on stages. They've stood on stages with over 300 people. And again, once you learn how to say yes with working with me, I will help you figure out the how. But what I realized is not everybody wants to stand on a stage. How many people right here look at that and get complete anxiety? Some people, it isn't about public speaking, but more about speaking in public. So once I launched my public speaking course, and I'd worked with over 1,000 real estate agents in the last year, plus so many different industries, I started hearing how many people were petrified of speaking in public. And that's when I launched this course, Speak with Impact for Sales. So this is for you if you're an entrepreneur, sales, or real estate professionals. But I'm a very transparent person. Those of you that know me, what you see is what you get. So there is an elephant in this room. I cannot share my last 20 years experience in training and 6 years specifically on speaking with you in 70 minutes. So only with permission, when the time's right, I'm going to ask you if I can share more information about my Speak with Impact for Sales course. And for those of you that haven't met me before, please feel free after the session this evening, go to Google, type in the Winning Attitude Skills Training or just Nikki Abraham. I've actually got 132 Google reviews. I think only 3 of them are 4-star, the rest 5-star. Go and see what other people have said that have worked with me. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's dive straight in. How long does it take to create a first impression? Go ahead in the chat box, let me know. How long does it take to create a first impression? A nano of a second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 60 seconds. All right, so we've got first 10 seconds. To create that first impression takes all of 7 seconds, which means your energy introduces you to your client before you even started to speak. This is the importance of focusing on the way you show up, the way you dress. Think about, be it an online call or going to meet a client, it's always about dressing up and showing up. Because when you feel dressed up, think about going on a date with your partner, you immediately carry yourself differently. Shoulders are back, chest is out. You walk with a different level of reverent power. And this is the importance of always dressing for success. I mean, think about it. Day off, you quickly pop out to the local shop, to Spar or Woolies or Pick n Pay, and you don't feel like taking off those slippers or maybe tying your hair back or not looking your best. Aren't those the days we always bump into a friend, a client, or your ex? It's like Murphy's Law. So it's about always showing up the way you dress. It's also about the way you talk, speaking with confidence that people want to believe what you're saying because you believe in yourself. It's about the way you carry yourself, which is again with the reverent power, shoulders back, chest out, and owning your space. And the way you smile on the phone, face to face. People buy from people that they get to know, like, and trust. And if you're phoning someone, they can hear you smiling versus when you're not. So do you see the importance of first impressions? And yet, how often are we focused on those first impressions? So I want to share with you what I did to help me improve my first impression and also remove my plums. Now, when I started my own business and I needed to start attending as many networking functions as possible, what you don't know about me is, as confident as I may seem here, I'm absolutely confident at work or standing in front of a room of people if it's a paid job. But if I walk into a networking function as a guest and I don't know anyone, I don't know, the shyness just kicks in. And a good few years ago, a friend of mine worked for ABSA and she invited me to a women's event. And she said, come, Nikki, come and join us. You're going to meet some magnificent people. And when I got there, I thought, well, I'm going to be with her. So I was all feeling confident and happy. But I arrived and she was incredibly busy as she was organizing the event. And I just went and stood in the foyer waiting for people to slowly arrive. And as these women started to arrive, they were dressed beautifully, glamorously. And I was like, oh, if only I bought those other shoes, and if only I'd spent more time on my makeup, and if only this wall behind me could suck me in and spit me out to the car, I'm going to feel so much happier. And then I was like, what are you doing? So I did slip out. I went to the bathroom, closed the cubicle door, put my hands on my hips, my shoulders back, my chest out, and I started breathing. And I thought, you're going to fake it until you become it. You're going to get out there, you're going to meet people, and you're going to network. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm so grateful I stayed, because there was a motivational speaker that day, that evening, who shared a story about the art of networking and a simplified tool, which I absolutely loved. But she shared these 4 things: I am, I do, I can, I need. And as she said these out loud, I quickly jotted it down on a piece of paper. It's like, I need to learn this. And I came back and I started researching. I read some networking books and I wanted to take these 4 tools or 4 words and just say, how can I put it into application? I started working on different scripts, but then I also started to challenge myself to attend as many networking functions as possible so that I could put it into practice. Because think about, if you only hear it once and don't take any action, then it's just knowledge is power. But how you apply it is where the knowledge is. And that's when I thought, I need to take this and I need to put it into application. Now, when I started attending a lot more networking events, specifically to build up the muscle, to gain the confidence to stand in front of a group of people, I was actually quite blown away And how many people felt the same way I did? How many people were nervous? How many people were even uncomfortable to look everyone else in their eye, and they would rather read the introduction off a piece of paper or their phone? But if you don't have the confidence introducing who you are, how is the audience going to have confidence to believe what you're saying? And this is the importance of being able to do an elevator pitch easily, with confidence, speaking clearly and concisely, and making that impact. So let's just touch on these 4 points. The first one is I am. It's as simple as your name. That is not something that you need to read off a piece of paper because you've owned it your whole life. Then when it comes to I do, what is it that your profession does? And going into a little bit more detail. Now, I remember once going to a doctor's office and the doctor said, so what do you do for a living? And I said, I'm a trainer. He looked me up and down and said, clearly not a personal trainer. Now, he's lucky I was in a good mood because I may have sat on him. However, it was a very good wake up for me that day that there are so many different aspects of what a trainer is, as there is in different industries and fields as well. The I can part, how can I help you? What advice can I offer you? What valued information can I share? And this is where we're coming from contribution. We're coming from giving you value. We're coming from a place of goodness and not coming from a place of desperation. And then lastly, I need. What is your goal for that phone call, for that networking function, or going to a braai? So the goal should be to swap details. Get one email address that you can start building up a relationship of a know, like, and trust, or a phone number, or meeting the person for coffee. The goal is to stay in contact with them. Now, this is a very simplified version of the 4 steps. We are going to go deeper, but that's how simple it is. I am, I do, I can, I need. Because when you have the opportunity to stand up and introduce yourself, you're confiding into your audience. So what does the word confide mean to you? Just let me know. What does the word confide mean to you? Exactly, Cassie. It's always Murphy's Law, right? Bumping into the X. I'm sure that's what you meant. So what does the word confide mean to you? Trust. Okay, it has an element of trust. Trust. Exactly that. When you confide in someone, you're asking them to trust what you say. And the only way you can confide, which is the word taken from confidence, is in order to trust yourself. And when you trust what you're saying is when you get the reverent power, which is the energy that introduces you before you speak. And in order to have self-confidence, you need to trust yourself and what you say. Now, we're not asking anyone to speak perfectly, because authenticity really, for me, speaks way better volumes. I still stumble on my words. I still mess up. And sometimes if I'm doing a recording, people go, ooh, you shouldn't mess up. Do you want to do it again? No, I'm quite comfortable messing up. I'm quite comfortable being my authentic self because I can trust my words. And I'd like you to trust me for who I am and build that self-confidence, trusting myself so I can trust you. So I am, I do, I can, I need. Now, before I go there, I'd like to introduce you to Sandra. When I launched my first Speak with Impact for Sales course, and I was putting this as a trial, and when I've started my first group, all my groups are really small because I want you to be comfortable working with intimate small groups to build up that confidence muscle. But on their first session, everybody introduced themselves. And after 3 weeks, I said to a few people, don't you just want to share a video and let me know what this course has done for you so far? And this is the difference with Sandra. She is a real estate professional in the Tableview area. But after when she started, she did a little video introduction, and after 3 weeks, this is the difference. So Tertia, Natasha, your camera's on. Just give me a thumbs up that you can hear, please.
I've been in this industry for 15 years, East London, Knysna, Cape Town. I love challenges, and I love to improve in my craft. My name is Sandra Robb. I'm with Pam Golding Properties, and I've recently joined Speaking with Impact with Nikki Abraham, and I'd like to give her a big shout out for the course that she's running.
Isn't that incredible? And that was just after 3 weeks. This is a 10-week course. She's now putting out so many different social media roles. She's got comfortable behind the camera. And she never strives for perfection. She just strives to keep adding value. So effective communication can increase your net worth by 50%. In fact, effective communication can help improve your day-to-day conversations. One of the biggest positives that we hear is how many of my speakers that have been through this course start dropping the ums, the ahs, the hesitation. It improves your conversations. It improves you if you're in an entrepreneurship role. It will help you in relationships with your partners, with your colleagues, with your friends, and with yourself. It will give you the confidence you need to be able to speak with that reverent power. It helps you and improves your business. It will increase your sales, assist you with negotiation skills. And in fact, the difference between a manager and a leader is effective communication. My leadership course, every single module is all around effective communication. So learning simplified tools to speak clearly, concisely, with confidence will change your life. I would love to introduce you to Peter. So when I started working with Peter, he was petrified of even looking in the camera and would look anywhere else but. However, have a look at his difference in 3 weeks.
Good morning. I'm Peter. I'm from Umhlanga Rocks in KZN. The reason I wanted to do this course is I've had a bit of life history in that I have gone. Hi, I'm Peter Moroney. I'm a property practitioner with Meridian Realty in Umhlanga Rocks. I wanted to share with you just recently, I've done a public speaking course with Nikki Abraham. I've learned some incredible skills that have helped me on a professional level. And to be able to communicate clearly and concisely and confidently and with impact makes such a difference in my profession. You know, whether I'm
Isn't that just incredible? I'm going to share a little bit more from Peter in a little few minutes time as well. So be it that you just want to gain more confidence to speak one-to-one to a client or one-to-many, which doesn't necessarily mean standing on stage, because this isn't public speaking, it's speaking in public. You may want to do a reel that you can use for your social media posts that can go viral. So let's tap in a little bit more into the I am, I do, I can, and I need. Now, South Africans generally are incredibly humble. And when people ask you, who are you and what do, we generally give very short answers. But if you don't introduce yourself and what you do, who is going to introduce yourself? Often I was speaking to one of my current clients at the moment today, and she's just like, this imposter syndrome is just like just suffocating me. So I want you to take some time this week. Take out a book and just write down all your accomplishments you've had in your life. Start from school. What sports teams did you play in? What accolades did you get? What certificates did you get? From when you finished school to which jobs have you worked in? How many years in different industries? What experience do you have? What have you studied? Degrees, diplomas, courses you've attended? You know, are you a mom? Are you a dad? Do you have kids? Any accomplishments you've achieved in your life? Now, you're not going to go stand in front of a networking function and read them the CV, but it's showing you that your accomplishments allows you to be the perfect version of yourself. And if you are just standing in the truth of who you are, then let go of the imposter syndrome. But you need to recognize your expert, your uniqueness, and that your uniqueness can help someone else. And when you're introducing yourself, you're speaking from your heart, your head, and your gut. So you're coming from a place of passion, not from a place of manipulation. And you're not bragging if you've already handled or gone through all those accomplishments because you've achieved them yourself. If you're at a networking function, you can also share something personal. Some networking functions you go to weekly, some are bi-monthly, some are monthly. So as you start getting to know everybody at the networking group, you can start sharing a little bit more about yourself. And sometimes we forget our accomplishments and our experience can help others. So when you are, if you're using this as a 60-second pitch at a networking function of 45 seconds, introduce yourself being proud of who you are, speaking clearly, speaking concisely, and speaking with passion. Then what is it that you do? Share a couple of sentences about your business. And again, speaking from your heart with passion. Now, we often assume everybody understands what it is that we do, but that's because we are the experts and we're doing it daily. I have worked with so many different industries, and so often they'll come onto a course or a call or a masterclass, and somebody will go, I'm in telematics, that's what I do. And I'm like, fabulous. And you kind of feel embarrassed to say, what does that mean? But doing what I do, I will ask you, what does that mean? Now, somebody does telematics, assumes that everybody else who does telematics knows what telematics is. But how many of you also know where it is? So often we assume our audience understands exactly what it is. So we need to share a couple of sentences about our business, breaking it down finely, but making it that everyone in the audience can understand. And again, sharing it from your heart. The goal here is to build that relationship. The goal here is to identify the value we can add to the audience and share your skills, your knowledge, your strengths. How many years or decades experience do you have? That is what's setting you apart with your knowledge. I'm currently training a gentleman who's only been in the real estate industry for 4 years, but he's got 3 decades experience as an electronical engineer. So he can start. I have 4 years experience in real estate with 3 decades experience as a electronical engineer. That's showing his skills, his knowledge, his strengths. And that's what we want to do with our audience. So what can I offer you that they want? So what can you share? Because again, if you don't introduce yourself, who is going to? When it comes to the I can part, how can I help? This is where you're sharing how you can help or how you can empower your audience with your expertise. And again, ask great questions to deepen that rapport. Now, the I am, I do, I can, I need, I utilize the same formula for a phone call. And that's where you can ask those questions as well to deepen the rapport. At a networking function, if you've only got 45 seconds to stand up and introduce yourself, share what you can do for them. But that's when, after the network event, that you want to start connecting with different people, and that's where you'll ask deeper questions as well. Find out what's important to the audience. So even before you're going to a function, who is my audience? What demographic are they? What age are they? What is important to them? And can I offer them? I see Tertia's laughing because we were at an event once, so I'm not going to go there right now. But find out what's important to your audience. And then the last and most important part is, sorry, least important part, the I need. The most important is I am, I do, I can, what I can do for you. The I need is the smallest part. Yet, so many people use this as the longest part, and that is chasing the butterfly. So we just want to share one small thing. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm looking for. What is that one thing you need? So about 10 minutes ago, I said, I'd love to share a gift with you, which is a one-pager of everything I'm sharing today for the I am, I do, I can, I need. Please drop your email address in the chat box. So once I finish tonight's session, I can tag you and pop that email off. Boom. One thing. Start small. But if I had to say 10 things to you, it's overwhelming and you would have all left this call already. So what is that one thing you need? Ideally, what specific ask do you have? Maybe it's a warm introduction to somebody that's in your friendship circle or business circle. Maybe it's about getting that email address to add you onto my database so I can build a know, like, and trust factor with you by sending you my weekly newsletter so you get to know me a bit better. Maybe it's about meeting Tertia for a cup of coffee to find out more about her business and how I can help. Maybe it's about inviting them somewhere else and introducing them to one of your friends. So be specific about your ask. And most importantly, always, always thank people for their time and keeping you in mind. I am, I do, I can, I need. Now, about 6 months ago, I went to a lovely networking event with a friend of mine. And somebody said to my friend, so what do you do for a living? And she went, oh, I'm in real estate. And they went, okay. And then they looked at me and said, what do you do? And I looked back at my friend. I was like, is that all you're going to say? And she was like, uh-huh. And I was like, okay, can I introduce her? I said, because firstly, she's the owner of a real estate office. She leads a team of 15 real estate agents and she helps them get into production. She is excellent at admin, brilliant listening skills, and such an incredible person. She works on the Atlantic seaboard, but she will do anything in the power for her team to meet their targets and exceed. And I know this because we used to work together. In fact, when we did work together, she was my right hand, my left hand. I couldn't have done my job without her. And she looked at me and she's like, oh, wow, can you introduce me every time we need to go somewhere? Yes, I can if I'm there. But what if I'm not? We need to become confident with our script of utilizing the I am, your accomplishments, your uniqueness. I do, explaining exactly what it is that you do. I can, what value can you add? And then that one thing of the I need. So this is actually just the surface of this, but this is such a powerful tool because even when I learned this, I have many different scripts that I can use, but I have practiced them that I sound natural. So it's not like I'm reading it off a piece of paper. Think when somebody's phoning you and they need the call center and they're like, hello, I am phoning from so and so, and you can hear them reading. So it's as simple as speaking from your heart with passion. So again, I want to share Peter, and he shared this with me just over a month ago. Have a look here.
Hi, my name is Peter Moroney. Now, creativity isn't just a skill. Creativity is actually my signature, and I use it when I do the reels, videos, and professional photography to market your property.
So Peter has taken everything that he learned and he creates short little reels that he posts every single day, from 5 seconds to 15 seconds to a minute, always giving value. And this is what he shared with me. Since doing Speak with Impact, he's completely shifted how he markets properties. Public speaking gave me the confidence to get in front of the camera, and now I use videos across all my platforms, from house introductions to suburb reels to more personal get-to-know-you content. It's helped me build credibility and visibility in my farming areas. and I'm getting noticed by other agents and homeowners alike. As a result, I've secured a luxury development of 22 townhouses and 8 apartments worth 150 million rand. Social media, supported by strong presentation skills, is proving to be a powerful tool. So how incredible is that? People buy from people that they get to know, like, and trust. And as you get out there on social media or doing webinars or networking functions, and people start to connect with you as the person, you're going to attract those that want to work with you, and you're going to repel those that don't. And that is okay. But I've watched Peter and Sandra and so many of my clients skyrocket in business. And it's not something that happens overnight. It's something that you build your muscle to do. So I love to empower entrepreneurs, business owners, and leaders in business to master the art of speaking so you can also communicate with confidence, sell with impact, and lead with authority. And be it a one-to-one conversation or perhaps a tea meeting or commanding a stage, my Speak with Impact training gives you tools to influence, inspire, and increase your sales success. So may I have permission to share more information with you about my Speak with Impact for Sales course? Just let me know. I'm reading all the comments now. Lovely. May I have permission to share with you? I like that, Cassie. Leveraging my unique quirkiness sounds juicy good. Love that. All right. Now you're paying attention. Thank you, Warren. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Fantastic. 200%. Yes. Fabulous. So thank you. The 3 C's of life. You've made a choice. You've said yes. You're taking a chance to hear more. And I know the change this has made in so many of my clients' life. And I'm trusting it will do exactly the same for you. So my next program and last program for 2025 launches on the 9th of October. It's a 10-week program for 90 minutes per week. Now, I have done 11 cohorts this year. I'm dealing with quite a few big companies and all their team members as well. So this is the last one to log in as an individual and work with a group of like-minded people that are feeling the exact same way you're feeling now, that you just want to gain confidence with your elevator pitch, but more importantly, win clients and close those deals. So some of the components of the course, all the sessions are presented live via Zoom, just the way I do my webinars right here. They're interactive, so there are small groups. Tertia, who's here this evening, thank you, Tertia, is currently in one of our groups, and she can say that, I mean, it's small groups, it's intimate to help you build that muscle. All the sessions are also recorded, which means life happens, you can't always show up live. But more importantly, even if you do show up live, you still have access to the course for 6 months after the course is complete. So you can continuously watch those sessions to build that muscle. Every session has a workbook, there's weekly assignments, and at the end, a certificate of attendance. So what this course covers, session 1, introduction to your big why in 60 seconds. You start focusing on your purpose of speaking as well. Stepping into the spotlight, your journey begins right there. You learn the essentials of speaking in public and how to adjust your scripts specifically to connect with your audience. And then what is your strategic objective? What outcome do you want? Every time you speak, what outcome are you looking for? Which is incredibly important to do. So each session jam-packed 90 minutes of value. Session 2, words have power. And so many people have this fear, the fear of imposter syndrome, the fear of empowering their voice. So this particular session is about how to let go of those fear, silence those doubts. And it's all about focusing on your uniqueness, your quirkiness, your clarity. And that clarity is going to help you with your audience. I want to share with you what Justine says about confidence.
It's helped me gain confidence when I'm working with people, when I'm speaking with people. I just feel so much better and know what I'm doing and what I need to say. And I actually know my goal. When I'm going to speak to people at a networking, I'm not half as frightened as I was. And I know, again, exactly what I need to say and when I need to say it. So thank you, Nikki, and thank you, The Winning Attitude.
I actually had a call with Justine this afternoon. She's on my leadership mastermind as well. And she just said she would never have been able to handle her clients the way she handles them now, since or previously doing this course. Her confidence in speaking for negotiations and just giving her clients the best service has helped her so much. Session 3, the art of networking, your creative pitch. So we take this evening session that I touched on for you and we go really, really deep. You will help structure the 30-second cold call, a 45-second introduction, or the 60-second elevator pitch, as well as whether you're doing it in different audiences. We actually do masterminds to practice this as well. Not session number 4. Let me introduce you to Tony. When Tony joined, he was actually, he is a priest, not actually, he is a priest. And one of the things he said is he has the confidence to speak. However, he spoke so fast. And that was something he wanted to learn. As being a priest, or preacher, he is now also in the real estate game. Listen to what Tony says.
Hi, Nikki. I would just like to thank you once again for the course that you presented to me about 3 months ago. You often used to speak about a 60-second, a 2-minute. Didn't quite understand what it was all about until I went into a BNI meeting as a visitor in the beginning of May, was called to do a 60-second, did it very easily, confidently. In the meantime, I've joined them. So little do I know you were preparing me to join BNI. So I want to thank you for that, and gave me a lot of confidence in my talking and to be able to talk clearly. And so I'd just like to say once again, thanks a lot. And I truly appreciate your course. Keep on, Nikki. Bye-bye.
And he keeps me
Hi, Nikki.
updated. He is doing so well. Session 4, beyond words. How do we speak on camera? And be that just for recording, for marketing, for reels, or for presentations of webinars, Zooms, meetings, or Microsoft Team meetings with your clients too. Session 5, the art of storytelling. How do you captivate your audience? And you learn how to do this in 2 minutes or less. But the power of speaking is all around storytelling. Session number 6 is beyond words, the power of body language on and off camera. So you will learn verbal communication, non-verbal communication, as well as written communication. Session 7 is the disc profile. I'm actually doing this tomorrow with one of my groups. I do the disc in every single course I offer, because it's all about understanding your personality, then your client's personality, and how can you shift your communication to get the best result. This is a jam-packed 2-hour session. It's one of those that you want to do over and over again, which is going to help you understand yourself, your family, your colleagues, and most importantly, your clients. Session 8, how to speak with impact, winning your client and closing the deal through clear communication. Yeah, we cover the 7 C's of communication, written communication, and throughout the 10 weeks, you also learn how to master impromptu speaking. So Robin Leanne, who joined my first cohort, she's currently still working with me in my Go-Getters Mastermind and is speaking beautifully and confidently, but just after she finished this course, listen to this.
Hi, Nikki. I just had to share this with you. I've just signed 3 deals recently after completing the Speak with Impact course with you. And I know your training played a big role in helping me. So it's really been a game changer. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And that's all her. So her thanking me, it's all her taking those tools and putting it into action. So again, at your introduction, your big why in 60 seconds, stepping into the spotlight, you learn the essentials of speaking in public, you silence those doubts, empower your voice, the art of networking, learn how to captivate your audience, create impact using the disc with confidence, power body language on and off camera, and then speak with impact, winning your clients, close the deals through clear communication. So just from what I've touched on, money aside, I mean, if I said what I cover in this course, plus there's so much more, but just that, if I said to you this was for free, if I could help you speak clearly and concisely with confidence, that's going to increase your network, your sales, and your monthly commissions. Let me know in the chat box who would want to work with me. Sure, I'm in. Thank you, Warren. Immediate yes. It's like a tail wagging. There, Sonia says yes, 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 for sure. 100%. Me. Fantastic. I would love to say to you it's for free, but this is my business. I've invested a lot of money myself to help me with all these different speaking courses, and I'm continuously working with speaking coaches in America to elevate myself, and constantly then I can elevate my participants as well. But I also would love to introduce you to Anya. This is the last little video I want to share with you. I met Anya just over a year ago at a networking function. I was the keynote speaker. It was her first event. When she stood up to introduce herself, she was incredibly shy, and she wanted to share her wellness product with us. After I did my 7-minute keynote, she came up to me and she's like, I want to learn how to do that, just that. We met for coffee. She signed up to my course. And this is her sharing her 60-second introduction over a sequence of 4 weeks. Have a look. We're going to start off at the networking function.
I'm very much an introvert, so it's a bit tricky talking in front of a whole bunch of people, but I'll do my best. So we started looking into natural products that promoted cell-to-cell communication. We've decided, like, people like, so that they are able to reach retirement and be healthy and live and not end up dying before they get there. That's our retirement. So my name is Anya, and I would like to help people bring their bodies back into balance so that they can make it to retirement and get to grow old with their grandchildren.
Every garden I walk through, every rose I see, every sandcastle washed away by the tide.
I'm just going to pause right there. Anya, after her graduation, landed up on stage in the Fugard Theatre in front of 340 people doing a 7-minute talk. For somebody who could not introduce herself at a small networking function without being absolutely petrified, is doing so incredible. When I started working with her, she had just launched 1 business. She now has 3. And that's purely with her putting up her hand, taking what she's learned and putting it into effect. So please, I encourage you again, if you're still thinking about, like, let me find out more, go and see what other people have said that I've worked with. So be it that you want to get off the washing machine, stop winging things and spitting words out, or gain confidence and improve your communication one-to-one or one-to-many, this is for you. And you can keep doing it at the pace you're doing it, or you can take this on and come and work with me and get there faster. For somebody that's very confident and comfortable speaking, even though professional winger, I learned so many incredible tools on my public speaking courses in 2021. I've invested a huge amount of money in myself and continuously do so to continue growing, to help myself and those I work with. So for action takers, I love people that love to say yes, just like I do. And for the next 24 hours, I have some incredible bonuses only if you join within the next 24 hours. So even though the course launches next week, Thursday, I only have 3 seats remaining. So if you join in the next 24 hours, you get to join my Business Go-Getters Mastermind. This is every Tuesday morning from 8:20 to 8:50, and you will get 10 weeks complimentary to the value of 1.8. This is exactly what you're saying this is exactly what you will learn. You get accountability. We do set goals, and it's a lovely powwow every Tuesday morning. You will also get the on-demand session of Find Your Voice with AI and how to create captivating content. You will also get an on-demand session of how to handle challenging clients using a 6-step communication tool following a BLAST principle. You will also, I'm actually launching this in October, the Art of Negotiation Communication. So you'll get this as a bonus session. You can come and join live, or you'll have access to the recording as well. And then bonus 5 and 6. 5 is the Master the Art of Goal Setting. So how to prepare your goals for 2026. I'm actually hosting this. It's pre-recorded, but I've got a new live one coming up now on the 4th of November, as well as Time Mastery for Unparalleled Success. All 6 bonuses, plus you'll have 2 live masterminds with myself, which I will help you on your speaking journey, giving you clear feedback on how you can improve. So the value of all these bonuses that I've shared, from bonus 1 to 2 to 3, 4, 5, and 6, with all the on-demand sessions, or a Go-Getters Business Mastermind, or a live recording training, as well as the mastermind sessions. And when I launched this particular course, it was valued at 7,997 Rand. Everyone that is now on my course that I speak to who has completed my course has valued my course over 12,000 Rand. So the total value, plus with my valuation here, total is 20,568. However, the bonuses are free in the next 24 hours. So the launch price of 2025 was 7,997. My final price for 2025 is 4,997. Plus, I also have a payment plan option. Reminder, the bonuses will fall away in 24 hours. Some people, though, they're like, we haven't been paid until the 30th. There is an email that will go out to you. You can put 1,000 Rand deposit down to secure those bonuses as well. And here is the payment plan. So you can either do a once-off payment plan, 2 months, or 3-month payment plan. The last launch, final launch for 2025 is next week, Thursday, presented live, online. All sessions are recorded as well. So I am just dropping the link there. My name's Nikki. I am a public speaker strategist, a TEDx Cape Town speaker coach, and a leadership extraordinaire. And I love helping you find the confidence to speak clearly, concisely, with impact. And most importantly, I can help you fall in love with your voice. If you're ready to come and work with me, I am ready to start working with you. I appreciate all of you showing up this evening, spending this quality time. Well, let me checking time. There we go. Oh, hour. I did it within an hour. So thank you to every single person that is here this evening. If there are any questions, please do feel free. I'm busy going through all those. There we go. Busy looking at all the messages here as well. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Zoom is expensive. All right, this is so good. I've watched this twice already. Fantastic. Thank you. She really struggled in the beginning. Yep, right. Warren, crazy, hey? Her talk is inspiring. Absolutely. Anya's talk is crazy. It's beautiful. So please feel free. You have to go. Thank you, Sonia. Awesome. I don't have PayPal. I have PayFast. So if you're struggling with the link, let me know, Cassie. I can also share an invoice directly. If you click on the link, it should, it might take you out, say to go to another page, just follow up on that and go straight to the page. I did check it as well. So absolutely, yes, you do, Tertia. Fabulous. You've actually been on my list to give you a call, but yes, you do. So fantastic. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask. I really hope you learned something new today. I hope you're ready to take your level of speaking to the next level. Just a reminder, this is not a public speaking with a 7-minute keynote. This is gaining confidence to speak in public to increase your sales and close those deals. I want to thank you very much for everyone that showed up this evening. Thank you for gifting yourself your time and coming with your growth mindset as well. If anybody would like to speak to me about hosting this for their team, or specifically you want your company to come in, please go ahead and also let me know. I'm very happy to give you a call. Cassie, I am dropping it in the chat box. There is my email address. You're welcome to reach out. And again, thank you for being here. I appreciate your time. I look forward to those that are ready for next week, Thursday. Again, 3 seats remaining. That's it. I like small, intimate groups so you can gain confidence with like-minded people to help you get to the next level. Have a wonderful evening going forward. Thank you to everyone. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you.